Hello, this is Corey Lancaster with the Lancaster team of XRI Realty, bringing you another edition of About Your Business. In today's episode is a little bit more legislative in nature. I just wanted to bring to light, if you haven't already heard the news as it relates to rental properties in Prince George's County in particular. Um, you cannot no longer um, uh, discriminate based on source of income, i.e., if a tenant calls you up and you're renting or you're representing a landlord and renting their property, and tenant calls you up and asks you, "Are you accepting Section 8 vouchers?" You no longer can say no. Okay, you could get in some trouble at this point starting on February 3rd. This new law is going to affect February 3rd. So if you currently have rental properties listed on the market, or you start to get some, make sure that you're educating your landlords that of this new law, and that we can't discriminate against source of income. That includes Section 8. That includes if a stripper applies for your property and your client says, "I don't like," they get their money from dancing on the pole. No judgment, by the way. Okay, just an example. You cannot say, you have to educate your landlord and say, "Listen, just because they dance on the pole, you can't reject their application just based off of that." Okay, everybody has to earn a living. Whether you agree or don't agree, you can't discriminate against source of income. Now, there are other things that you can reject an application for. Obviously, if your client has a minimum credit score that they impose upon all clients. So if a Section 8 person calls and they say, "Do you accept Section 8 vouchers?" You certainly must say yes. Um, the next question, if your client has a minimum credit score, you then ask, what is your credit score? Do you have an idea as to what your credit score is? If it's low or if it's below the client's minimum, then obviously the application can be rejected for that purposes, um, or whatever it may be. Other requirements in terms of income requirements, um, and or if you do landlord verifications, and even with Section 8, Section 8 doesn't always pay 100% of the rent. Sometimes they may pay most of it, and the tenant might be responsible for a portion of it. When you're screening these tenants, you would still want to contact the previous landlord and make sure that the tenant has been paying their portion and paying it on time. If you find that that's not the case, you can still reject the application based off of that. Okay, so there's still other factors that might eliminate somebody from getting approved from an application, but it cannot be, I repeat, it cannot be because of where they get their money from. All right. I'm sure we all want to stay out of getting sued and lawsuits going around. So let's please try to abide by this new law. And of course, the things, subject matters you want to hear, let me know. Hopefully, this one has been helpful to you and will keep you out of trouble. All right. Uh, have a good one, and hope to do business with you in 2020.